Everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. This is Doug, and we're getting ready to play some more Halloween-based horror-type games. And then this time, I am going to do some more Cthulhu Death May Die. Now, I had done I had done the first 3 episodes of Season 1. This is Episode 4 that we're going to do today. So if you haven't seen those previous ones, they're not really a story arc necessarily, but if you have a box or you want to look into how this plays out, you got 6 episodes in the core box. There's another 6 episodes, I think, in the Kickstarter expansion box, and I have some add-ons. But we're going to be playing I played 3 episodes online. Now we're going to do episode 4. And again, they're not connected stories, so you're not going to miss anything. But if you want to see how they go in order and progression, you can check that out. I am, however, going to be using a couple of characters that I had used before, and we'll take a look at that before we get rolling. I'm not going to do a rules introduction. If you want, I'm going to introduce the scenario only. If you want to get a better idea of how the game plays, just the rules-wise, go back to my first video. I will link it in the notes below, and you can check that out there. Okay, with that being said, let's go take a look at who our enemy and scenario is for this adventure. All right, well, here is basically our board for a great old one that we're going to be dealing with, and it's going to be today one of the hard ones. Wow, this one's hard. The Black Goat of the Woods. You can see when the Black Goat of the Wood advances, summon 1 Dark Young to your space. Deal 1 wound to each figure in that space. So we're going to be dealing with some Dark Young. That's going to be a heck of a lot of fun, right? Can't wait. And here is the Dark Young right here. It says, if wounded but not destroyed, summon another Dark Young. So we have to make sure when we kill it, It's got to die outright. We also are going to be facing in this scenario, remember this belongs to the scenario called Eldritch Idols. We're going to be facing Bayaki and Shoggoth, which is great. And you can see their stats there. I don't need to go over it. We'll go over it when we play. But I do want to go over this scenario with you. So again, we're going to be playing Season 1, Episode 4, Eldritch Idols. And it says, damn cultists will do anything to summon their god. Sacrificing innocent blood in the dead of the night is just another Tuesday. But our job is too crazy for the innocents. So we sometimes have to hide in the shadows to save them. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, I intentionally did not take a bunch of people. I have 1 person with stealth. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Stealth doesn't really help avoid this anyway, so it's not that big a deal. So what do we have to do? To disrupt the ritual, we have to overload 2 normal gates simultaneously when the Elder One advances. My gut is telling me that's going to be super, super hard. So we're probably going to lose this. We'll see. Okay. I haven't played this one before yet, so we'll see how this plays out. Okay, 1. Each guard moves 1 space toward the nearest investigator. This is when the Elder One advances. 2. Then all investigators carrying an artifact with at least 1 guard in their space are arrested. They drop the artifact in the current space and move the figure to the cell space. I'll show you that in a moment. Enemies do not follow, so we're basically being put in jail. We're being caught and locked up, and we have to get back out. After that, if there's an investigator holding 2 artifacts at each different normal gates, they overload the gates and disrupt the ritual. But so I guess we got to make sure this happens when the Dark One advances, when the Old One advances. After the ritual is disrupted, remove all guards from the board. Ignore any effects that would affect guards from now on. So basically, the guards are guarding these artifacts until such time there's a evil, gigantic creature known as the Black Goat of the Woods roaming the halls, killing everybody. Just cultists are going to want to be there for that, right? That's what I think. Okay, so we have a couple special skills like we always do in this game. Distract the guards. We can choose 1 guard up to 2 spaces from you and move that guard 2 spaces. We can also pick up an artifact. Pick up any artifact, any number of artifacts in your space. The investigator carrying an artifact gains its listed effect. Artifacts may be traded, and if an investigator dies, drop the artifact into space. Okay. That's the setup. Now, we have our Mythos deck set up here. We have our Discovery deck set up over there. We got all our tokens ready to go. We're ready to just duke it out. Let's talk about our characters real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them. You'll get the idea, but I just want to introduce them, and then we'll get going. First up, we have Fatima. She was one of our first adventurers to go out when we did the first episode. She took a break during the second one. She's back now, though, to help with this particular mission. And she has a couple of cool abilities, as you can see. Now, one of the things I love about these boards is it shows you the whole turn order right here. That's really cool. But She has Read Omens, and it says you may put the first Mythos card you draw each turn back at the bottom of the deck and draw again. If you do, heal 2 stress. We can do that every turn. That's pretty cool, right? That's really powerful. And we can make that more powerful. Okay. Next up, I'm trying to stop these spammers from calling me about timeshares. Okay, when Arcane Mastery, when making any roll, you can count 1 Arcane, the Elder Sign symbol, as a success. Now, and we can make that more powerful. So that's because she's got magic, basically. And then Swiftness. When you run, you may move 1 space. We got some cool abilities there. So we'll see how all those work in practice. And I'm not going to read their histories, but on the back, just to save you something if you want to enjoy the deep diving into the lore of the game, on the back of these cards is a story about those people. I did read them, I think, in the first one. Next up, we have Morgan. He's Indiana Jones, basically. He's cool. He's got Protector. If he likes to hang out with other investigators and protect them. I hope he doesn't get a bad mental illness that will stop that from happening. He has also got Swiftness, and he's got Toughness. So he can protect people. He's fast. He can move faster, and he's tough. I think movement's going to be important in this. Now, I kind of picked him at random. I picked Fatima and Morgan on purpose because I played him before I even selected the scenario. So I didn't really think the stealth, the Swiftness might be helpful, but I think it will be. Okay, and then last but not least, we have up here, we have Ahmed. Ahmed, I think I played him before, if I recall, in the second series that I did. He's got Healing Prayers. At the end of your turn, you may heal 1 stress or wound of any investigator in your space. So that's pretty good. He can just help us heal up. He's got Stealth. So when we run, we can sneak by 1 enemy, and they won't follow us. Because when you go by enemies here, they just run after you. They chase you. And then he also has Arcane Mastery. So there's a couple of magic types that have some good skills. And then the one thing we don't have in any of this, which is kind of bad, is nobody's a marksman or a ranged weapon person. That's okay. We'll see how this plays out. That's one of the fun parts of the game, right? But we do have one more thing to do, is setup that I saved for y'all before we get started. That is this deck right here. We're going to see what maladies, what mental illnesses our characters have that drive and fuel their insanity. Now remember, we can spend stuff to basically get stressed out, and we're going to gain sanity, and sanity is going to fuel our powers. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So unfortunately, it also is going to trigger our madnesses. So we definitely got to be careful about that, right? Okay. Here we go. Let's see. For Fatima, we'll cut the deck one more time, and we'll see what she gets. She is codependent. If your codependent is alive, but not in your space, take 2 stress. Then move either of you to the other space. Enemies will not follow. This is actually good. It's not a terrible thing, except it was a stress part. But Morgan being a protector, maybe that's going to be okay. Okay, let's see what we get from Morgan. Let's just do another quick shuffle, cut it again, and see what he gets. Masochism. Oh, that's going to be wonderful. Each time you take wounds, put the same number of wound tokens on this card. If there are no tokens on this card, take 1 wound. Otherwise, remove all the tokens from this card and heal stress per token removed. That's not actually bad, is it? And that's when that triggers, by the way. Only when that triggers. And you can see where it triggers on your insanity thing here. I'll put this right at the bottom of his character sheet. And then we got Ahmed. What is Ahmed? Hopefully it doesn't do anything that affects his healing. This is one of the most random parts of the game for sure. Reoccurring trauma. Keep the last Mythos card any player drew with no summoning symbol near this card until they're shuffled. Okay. If there is a mystery card near this card, play it as if it had just been drawn. Otherwise, heal all of your stress. That's when that triggers with this. Man, that seems like that's just going to happen. Unless we can keep that from... I don't know how you get rid of the cards from that. We'll have to see. I don't know, that's an interesting one. I don't remember that one. See, even now, after playing this through 3 different series, I'm finding new things. I don't remember ever seeing that one. But it's okay. And now we're going to get started with our game. Now, there's no turn order necessarily. We can kind of do what we want and get moving. And so I think we're going to start with Morgan. Maybe we won't. Yeah, I think we'll start with Morgan. Morgan's tough, right? Tough guy. He'll get some things done. And what we're going to do with Morgan is, remember, we got 3 actions we can take. Now, I could take stress damage to re-roll things too. Obviously, we're perfectly healthy right now. You gotta remember, we're masochists. When I take damage, you gotta remember that. Hey, so that was not a terrible roll. I'm gonna do a point of damage. Do I want to take a stress to re-roll the Elder Sign? Thing is, I didn't get... Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna take a stress, and we're gonna re-roll this one because it doesn't help him there. Well, that's worse. I'll take another stress. We'll try and get a better option there. There we go. 2 hits on the Shoggoth. Okay, so he walks. This is action 3. Action 1 was to move the guard. Action 2 was to attack, to move into the Shoggoth space. Action 3 was to attack the Shoggoth. We did 2 points of damage. I will put 2 points of damage on the Shoggoth right here. Yay! It doesn't have any special powers other that happen when I'm attacking it. So that's it. That's all that happens there. We didn't gain any sanity. So no changes in our abilities or anything like that. Okay, next up, I think we'll go with, let's go with Fatima. Okay, of course, next up, now that we're done with Morgan's turn, we're going to have to draw a Mythos card and then suffer a battle with actually an attack from the Shoggoth. So let's draw as the first card. Oh, and it has one of these symbols on it. That's always bad. The Shoggoth moves 2 spaces toward you. Any guards in its spaces follow it. Summon a Shoggoth. In the yellow down here. Okay, so that's not great, and I got to leave that out because it has a symbol for the great old one there to move. So we're going to... the Shoggoth is not going to move, by the way, because he doesn't need to. But I do need to get out. I think there's 2 Shoggoths in the box. I believe, I hope so. If not, no, there's only one. So I can't remember what happens if there's only one guy. There's only one Shoggoth in the box. So what happens if there's only one mini? I'm going to check that out real quick. Okay, it says to ignore that step. So that's what we're going to do. So our Mythos card didn't really do anything, but we're going to get attacked back by the Shoggoth now. Now the Shoggoth himself, he's not exactly wimpy. He's going to have 2 black dice and 2 green dice to attack us with. And that is not good. Now he only hits on the plus symbols, but still, we're going to get the dice out and do the attack. Now, Morgan is tough, so we get to a free reroll on one of these. Let's see, hopefully it doesn't take too much damage. Oh, that is wonderful. We get 1 free reroll. Might as well do it, right? And it's nothing. He took nothing. Nothing from the Shoggoth. That was perfect. It couldn't be any better. Now we're going to move on to Fatima. So what is Fatima going to do? She is simply going to take her first action to move. She's going to attack the Shoggoth. A little dice like last time. Maybe we get some this time. Let's see if we can... That's kind of grim. Now, the Shoggoth has a special power that each one of these is worth 2. So we'll put this aside for right now. I bumped her stress charge. She hadn't used any stress. So we're going to bump up 1 stress. And I'm going to re-roll this. Up. And it went out the bowl, but it came out a hit. So I got 3 hits, and we're going to take 2 stress. So that's okay. We're going to go up 2. I'm sorry, I didn't take any. I took 1 stress to re-roll. We're going to go up 2 on the sanity track. So I think you can see that. Okay, and we're going to get 3 more hits on the Shoggoth. That puts him up to 6. That's pretty good. And then we're going to attack him again for our third action. Then she's going to suffer the consequences. Ooh, that's a really good thing. I think I'll suffer 1 more stress to re-roll this. Oh, look at that. Now, unfortunately, you may count 1 of these as a hit. So that's only 2 hits because we haven't upgraded that ability yet. So that's 2 more hits, though. That's 5. Or 2. So she did 5 damage. We're at 6, 7, 8 out of 10. Maybe Ahmed can kill it. And then maybe even get another action to pick up the artifact. That'd be pretty cool. And also get free stuff. That's also cool. Let's see what happens. Of course, we have to draw a Mythos. Oh no, we're going to end up moving the old one really quick. Each cultist moves 1 space towards you. Oh, we just had a cultist move into our space. Wounded cultist moves 2 space instead, and we're going to summon a cultist at the yellow spot. Okay, let's go with the board here and take a look at this. Each cultist moves 1 space. So we just got 2 cultists in our room. This just got bad for us, of course. These 2 move here. This one can move there. And what was the deal? And we're going to summon a cultist at the yellow gate down here. So the cultists and the guards are conferring with each other. And that is that. Now we got trouble. I mean a lot of trouble. This is bad because now we have to... All that great momentum I was just building up to kill this thing and get some stuff is gone. And we're not going to get items. We need to get out of here and get items. Ahmed Does he even go in there? God, well, yeah, because I want his healing ability. In there. But, I mean, we can draw the monsters out of there. That's not good, because then he'll just get walloped on. Okay, well, let's go with Ahmed. He's going to take his first action. I think we have no choice but to move in here and battle it out, right? His first attack is going to be on the big guy there. We got to get rid of that guy. Okay, come on. We just need 2 hits, Ahmed. He has 1 there. Because he's got Arcane Mastery, we'll take a stress to reroll another one of these. We just need 2 hits. That's not enough. Take another stress. We'll do it again. Come on. Come on. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I hate this game this way. Another stress. We got to kill it. Okay. Worthless. Absolutely worthless. So our first attack, we did do another point of damage to it, but we also gained an insanity point. And now we're going to do it again with his third action. So here we go. Okay, we killed him that time. I'm not going to reroll anything. He'll take, oh wait, that's going to be 2 sanity, so 4 sanity. So his ability is going to trigger. What did it say? If, okay, so there's no card here. If there is a Mythos card near this card, there's not, because they both had the symbol on it, the summoning, no summoning symbol. They both had that. Okay, play it as if it had just drawn, otherwise heal all of your stress. Well, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. His stress goes back to nothing. That's great. And he did kill it. But didn't help because I don't think we can divide damage. Anyway, the Shoggoth is off the board finally. But it took all of our actions to get there. However, the cultists aren't so bad. The cultists are just going to do 2 green dice against him. And we'll see if he can absorb that. Now, at the end of his turn, it says he also has the ability to, at the end of your turn, so his turn is not over yet, so we've got to do the rest of this first. All right, so 2 cultists are in there. They're going to, now he draws his Mythos card. We've got to do that next. Let's see. Okay, it's not a summoning thing. Okay, with 1,000 young is this card. If there are 3 or more dark young within 1 space of you, there are not. At the end of the turn, advance the goat on the track as if there were 3 symbols. There are not, but this will go next to our card now. For our card now, we also triggered a his insanity, which means we got to increase the ability too, and I need to do that now. Now I haven't used Fatima's Read the Omens ability yet, so I'm debating on what I want. Do I want him to go up in Arcane Mastery or her, make some better fighters? Do I want him to increase his healing ability? I think we're going to increase his healing ability 1. So now instead of healing 2 in any combination, instead of just healing either 1 stress or 1 wound, he can heal 2 in any combination of stress and wounds. I like that a lot. And then we are going to suffer the attack back from the 2 cultists. Cultists roll green dice. Let's see what they get. So that's a hit, 2 hits on our guy. That'd be 2 damage, except I do have Protector, and if an investigator is in your space, you may redirect the attack to you, before the roll. So in this case, I didn't do that, so Ahmed's going to take that damage, and then we are going to then redirect the attack back to Morgan. He's going to protect Ahmed, and he gets 1 hit. So we took a little damage there. We're okay, but we survived the 2 cultists. And that is the end of a round. We actually made it through a round of characters and everything. We're going to go back around to Morgan and see what he's going to do. Hopefully Morgan can kill some cultists. That would be extremely helpful. Alright, well, we don't have any special abilities to do that with, to actually do more damage. So it's just going to be our 3 dice. We're going to attack one of the cultists and see if we can kill him. Okay, let's see what we can get here. 2 hits. That kills the cultist. Boom. They are dead. Let's put them aside because we know they'll come back out. So second action. Maybe we can clear the space right now before we even finish his turn. He can get a whole nother action. Oh, bam! Kills the other cultist. What a roll, Morgan. And he still has time. Still has an action. And I think Morgan then will pick up. He's tough, right? We're going to pick up this artifact and see what it is. They all do something different. Heal 1 wound and stress at the end of your turn. Oh my gosh, that is super cool and powerful. And we didn't have to use any stress. Now hopefully we draw a Mythos card that doesn't put things in this room so we can start getting some items and stuff, right? That was his 3 actions though, so we are going to draw that Mythos card. Here we go, let's see what we get. Intruders, move all guards and cultists 1 space toward the closest investigator. The investigator closest to them. So we got 2 cultists again. These guys all go here. The guards don't affect us that way, but they do take the artifact if they come into our room. We're going to have to move them away. And that's what happens. Well, that sucks. Now this also goes, keep the Mythos card, any player draws with no summoning symbol near this card until they are shuffled. Okay, so now we got that Intruder's card on there too. Oh my gosh, I was really hoping we'd get to do something. Now we have to fight the darn cultists. But I guess, you know, it is what it is. It's the way the game plays. This is a rough start, actually. Really bad start. We do have the ability to heal a wound at our end of our turn. Okay, so Morgan is going to take the hit from the cultist number. He does have, okay, yeah, we're definitely going to reroll. He does have tough, so he can reroll one of these, and it's a blank, so he takes one more wound. He can only take one more, so we got to be real careful here. Hopefully it doesn't knock him down. Nothing there, that is good. So he took a hit, and then at the end of his wound, at the end of his turn, he can heal one wound. So we're going to heal that back. And actually, he had more than enough. He had 2 wounds. So he's down to, he only has 1 wound on him right now. So we're okay there. And that's that. Okay, so he's got 1 wound on him. That's the end of his turn. Unfortunately, he healed that back up. But that's all he gets to do. So that's the end of that. Now we have to kill 2 cultists again. I guess we'll go, Fatima is going to try and do that. She will attack the cultists. And hopefully they don't just keep filtering in, because it's making it virtually useless for us. I do think it would be really smart, because I don't want to lose the artifact, for her first action, unfortunately, to move this guard 2 spaces back to the summoning room, because that one can actually make it to us. Well, actually, I forgot to move this guy. He's moved there. Yeah, okay. I moved a guard back, just so you know. The guard that was here, let me just show you that. I moved him back here, and then up there was a guard back here. I didn't see him right away, so he had to move there. Okay, now let's do our attack. That is not great. I don't think she can take a lot more stress in this, but we do need to kill these guys. So we're going to take a stress, and we're going to re-roll this one. Okay, we got it. We killed a cultist with that attack. That is good. And then we got a sanity. I'm not too worried about her getting a sanity because I want to get her abilities up at least once, right? So then her third action is going to be to, oh, bam, she killed it without taking any more sanity damage. Good. Let's hope that our Mythos card does not summon something. That would be very helpful, or draw more guys in the room. Let's see what we get. But we are going to activate the big guy. Choose one. Each investigator loses 1 sanity for each artifact they're carrying. That's easy. Or, at the end of this turn, we're going to do this because I don't want to do advance twice. So we'll take a sanity on Morgan. It says each investigator carrying an artifact. Morgan's the only one carrying an artifact right now, so we're okay. Alright, that was her Mythos card. And then, unfortunately, I think we are going to move the dark one on the track now. So, check the Elder One summoning. Yes, unfortunately. No, that's at the end of the turn, so we haven't done that yet. He hasn't done the summoning yet. That's going to happen. The Elder, yeah, resolve all revealed stages in order. Okay, we're going to do that. That's at the end of the round. Let me just refresh myself on the Elder One here. Yes, I was correct. We don't do the Elder One moving until the end of the turn, so we're going to get to draw a card and see if we get something decent. I hope we do. She cannot take any stress, so I hope it doesn't say something like, yeah, you have to take stress to do this, because a lot of them do. Nervous figure. I'm in love with a beautiful queen, she demands. Things. If you are carrying the ceremonial headpiece, discard this card and summon a cultist. Nope, we're not. Otherwise, you may take 2 stress to claim the assistant professor. I can't take 2 stress, so we cannot claim the assistant professor. That goes away. Man, wow, that just bites. I finally get to claim something, and I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. Okay, well, we got Ahmed to go. He can heal some of her stress at the end of the turn if he doesn't go out of the room. I mean, we kind of want to stay together in this, don't we? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I mean, obviously, the mission is to get artifacts, right? There is an artifact. The artifacts are over here and in there. So we can start moving that direction, but we're not going to do it right away. I think for his first action, he's going to move here. For his second action, he's going to attack that cultist. Okay, second action. Oh, bam. He definitely got it. I think I'll take 1 stress on him. He hasn't taken any stress to reroll one of these. Okay, that's better. He's got Arcade Mastery, so we got the guy killed. Do I re-roll this one? No, I'll just take a stress. That's a Insanity. That's fine. Okay, so we killed the cultist that was in the room with him. We've killed a lot of cultists, and then for his third action, fortunately now we have to trigger this. So let's go over to the Black Goat's board. We're just never going to get any items. So he slides over, and look what happens. Summon one Dark Young into your space. Deal 1 wound to each figure in your space. Now each figure, that would be great if we had left some cultists there, but we didn't. But the Dark Young appears back in our space with us. And I'll just do a wound to every character. That's not wonderful. Ahmed's actually kind of hurting. And then that's it. So he moved, he did that. At least cultists don't come rushing in or anything like that. But that was what happened, and so now we have a Dark Young. We're just never going to get away from these guys so we can get stuff. I think we're going to have to stealth away from the Dark Young and do some things. That's not all. We also have to trigger Ahmed's trauma. Recurring trauma. If there's a Mythos card near this card, play it as if it had just been drawn. Otherwise, heal all of your stress. Well, that is not going to be the case this time, even though it was last time, because we have this. Move all guards and cultists 1 space toward the investigator closest to them. Okay, that is this guy. So we got a guy in our space now. It says move all guards and cultists. Yeah. So this guy moves here. This guy moves here. This one will move here. Guard moves here. We got to get these guards out of here. This one moves here. Otherwise, we're going to end up putting Morgan in jail. And then that was rough. And that's it. At least the Bayaki still sitting where he's at, not coming after us. And then we got to reshuffle the Mythos deck, right? This is just not cool. Not cool. Anyway, we're not getting any stuff. We need to get stuff. You know what I think I might do? This is gonna sound crazy, but I might do this. Okay. The Mythos deck shuffled. Now we have Ahmed's turn, right? Yeah. Okay, here's what I think we're going to do on Ahmed's turn. I got to think this is going to be crazy, but I think it's going to work. Action 1 for Ahmed. He's running. He's going to run 1, 2 to here, drawing these guys with him. Okay? He can move. Remember, in a move action, you can go up to 3 spaces. But now he's going to move again. Get this, using his stealth. This is going to be funny, okay? When you run, you may sneak past one enemy. This one is not going to follow. 1, 2. Okay? I know that's crazy, but I wanted to get the Shoggoth out of there. We got to go get the artifacts. That's the main goal. If we had 3 artifacts, we could have disrupted the ritual, right? But we don't yet. Okay, so let's. We did that. Now he's going to end his turn by attacking the cultist once. Hopefully we kill it. Okay, Ahmed pulled his fast one there. We got 1 hit. He's going to take a stress to get... He wasn't very stressed out. That's the good news. So he got 1 hit. We're going to re-roll this one, I think. There, bam, killed it. Though it doesn't hurt us to get our abilities powered up. I could have left that Insanity one there. But I'd rather take a hit and kill the cultist, because now there's not one there. But that's the end of his turn. I hope the guards don't move. That would super, super suck. And we just reshuffled everything. So, yeah, let's okay. Next up, we're going to go to the Mythos phase. Okay, let's see what damage we do. From the Book of Ebon. Choose an investigator. If there are 3 or less Dark Young on the board, summon a Dark Young. God, we can't get a break. Otherwise, move the 2 nearest Dark Young towards you. Okay, well, there it is. And this one is going to go next to our card for Ahmed as well. And then we're going to get a Dark Young and summon it to our space. At least a Dark Young is not that tough. But now we don't get to investigate again. And that's just killing us. This might be a very quick scenario at the end of it. Okay, remember the Dark Young, it's attacking us, but we have to kill it in 1 hit if wounded but not destroyed. Summon another Dark Young. I mean, we could just endlessly summon Dark Young until the miniatures run out. Well, and there's 4 of them. Could be bad for us. I might have to have Ahmed pull something crazy again, but I don't know how we do that. I need to beef up Fatima's abilities, I think. Okay, well, we're not at the end of Ahmed's turn yet. We still have to fight the Dark Young. The Dark Young has got just a green and a black die, so it's not terrible. I'm going to choose to have Morgan protect Ahmed, which is fine because no damage is done. Okay, so whoosh. It didn't do any damage. Now, we did that. Now we get to do our end of turn effects, and I think that Ahmed is going to split his... I think he's going to heal himself 2 damage because he is hurt. And as you can see, he's kind of wounded. So we're going to go down to 2 there, and he healed himself, and that's the end of that. Okay, I don't want that thing in our space. Now we're going to Fatima, but we're going to have to get we've done everybody. We're going to go back around to Morgan. Which means, I think this is a great place to stop this episode. So we're going to pause this episode right here. This is not going well at all. We've had a really, really bad start. The bad start in the fact we can't get any items. We haven't been able to do much of anything other than stay in this room and fight things. Now, have we cleared many cultists off? Yeah, we cleared a Shoggoth off, but it came back. And now we got Dark Young coming on that we have to kill in one shot. This is not going well. So I don't think we're going to survive this much longer. I mean, we don't die until we're fighting the old one, but I don't think we're going to be able to complete this ritual. And the guards are going to come in and jail Morgan and take his artifact. So, I mean, I really should spend an entire turn just moving guards out of the way. But I can't because we got this enemy in front of us. The one that has the best chance of killing the Dark Young is probably Fatima at this point, because at least she gets to count one of her Elder Sign symbols. But we'll see in the next episode. This is rough. This is a rough start. Man, I'm getting frustrated with it because we're not getting a break. But that's the name of the game. So anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, and I hope you're enjoying my Halloween playthroughs. I'm going to try and get out a lot of content for the horror season to show off what games kind of fit in that genre so that you can bring them to the table and play them with your friends and family if you have the availability to get them. This one, I don't know how hard this would be to get. It's a fun game. This is frustrating, but in cooperative games you can really think about this and collaborate and talk about what the options are, like that cool thing that Ahmed did, drawing off the Shoggoth, right? And there's only one Shoggoth. If it stays in that room, golden, except I realized I put it in a room the room that you have to leave to get to exit the cell. That may not have been the best idea. I forgot about that. I probably should have left him. I probably should have taken him in another direction, but I didn't. So there you have it. I probably should have put him... No, because I need to get this artifact too. We got to get in. We got to get moving. This is not going to go well unless we get moving. We'll see how it goes. I need to get the guards out of the way so we don't end up in the jail cell. Anyway, take care. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Have a good day. Enjoy your weekend, and hope things are wonderful for you.